What's up, guys? It's Nick That Gaming Show here for the Zombies project and my channel, and this is the Inside Xbox Escalation trailer preview thingy, and we're just focusing on Call of the Dead, not the multiplayer, but I'm going to point out everything that I find in this video. We're going to dissect it, and here we go. Alright, so first thing you're going to see is some beautiful lightning effects on the tower, and some beautiful new zombies up close, and God, they just look beautiful. The rotting flesh on the face, and God. Alright, so this is George Romero. He did zombie movies like Night of the Dead and stuff like that. Just Google him. He did lots of famous zombie movies. Alright, so what this is one of the doors on Reese with the Group 935 logo in the background. This is one of the doors back behind the upgrade machine, the Bowie knife's there. And this is something off the boards in Derice. They are human lobotomy, probably, photos of dissection and all that crap.
Duty Black Ops Escalation map pack is nigh, and it shall be yours starting May 3rd, first on Xbox 360. Escalation comes packed with 4 multiplayer maps: Convoy, Hotel, Stockpile, and Zoo. But we begin, my friends, in the darker corners of Escalation, an unsettling Arctic freeze where an undead threat terrorizes a landmark event in the horror.
Okay, so right here, this zombie is going to come out of the roof thingy. Just watch this little clip here and you'll see this. So this is probably a spawn, and it looks beautiful. It looks, I just want to, it's sexy. It's just sexy.
Film genre. In the land of Black Ops, horror film icon George Romero has secured the talents of Fright Fest legends like Robert Englund, otherwise known as Freddy, Danny Trejo from Machete fame, Michael Rooker from Walking Dead, and of course Sarah Michelle Gellar from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now alas, things go terribly amiss and our actors must take up their arms in earnest. The new Zombies map, Call of the Dead, is by far the largest, most ambitious zombies undertaking yet. Jimmy Zielinski from developer Treyarch explains just how they arrived at Call of the Dead.
Everything in zombies happens this way. It's like, you know, somebody will say one thing. Wouldn't it be great if we got this or that? And certainly in a conversation about new characters, you know, somebody's going to mention George Romero or Danny Trejo, and it just spirals at that point, you know. It just takes one spark for somebody to say something that just becomes something of this magnitude.
No, Jefe, I do it like this. Daddy!
Okay, so I want to take this short little bit of time to talk about how I think it's going to be a lot of cinematics. Maybe during the middle of the game it's going to split and show some kind of a theatric thingy. But that's my take on that.
Iced in shipwreck, you have lighthouse, you have really creepy environment.
Okay, so this scene has a lot of stuff in it. What you're going to see is the lighthouse. There's a mystery box location to the left of it, so in that initial image, we may have been fooled by saying that it was in the lighthouse. The guy coming down the line is what I think is the replacement for the monkeys, or the dogs, or the Pentagon thief. Well, we'll talk about him more in a later video. And in the bottom left, you can see some kind of a new perk that he has. Looks like some kind of a headshot helping thing, or you get more points if you get headshots. Maybe all people you kill get headshots. Something like that, something to do with headshots. But, yeah.
You have really long shots. Whenever we think of creating zombie maps, we always kind of think of what style of gameplay. Are people going to run? Are they going to hold? And we always try to lean a little bit one way or the other without completely removing anybody's gameplay. And in this map, we are going to highlight sniping. It's something that kind of harkens way back to the original map that was in World at War.
Alright, so this is another screenshot of George Romero. He's got some kind of an electric power axe thingy, and I think what it's referring to is the way that the atmosphere is orange. I think it, you know, is pretty much confirmation that it is a replacement for the dog rounds or whatnot. So, yeah, that's pretty much the special round is going to be you fighting George Romero. Where
there was a lot of sniping perches available. And this kind of goes back towards that, allowing people who love to snipe some really long...
Alright, so what you see here is some kind of a new sniper rifle weapon. Has a scope on it. It looks to be silenced. And it has two shots in it right now, and it has 12 things, so it may only reload 2 at a time or be a single reload. Also, the Matryoshka dolls return. In the bottom left, under the 2, you can see the Matryoshka dolls, so they will be returning for this map.
Long vistas and some great advantages on shooting early. Some of the ways to get around the map in this one stray a bit further away from teleporters. We have zip lines. You're going to jump on the zip line, you're going to turn 360, you're going to shoot. Zombies are going to follow you. We have a catapult, which we call the flinger. The flinger is just all around chaos. It's got a little time delay, so it kind of, can trip you up, but at the end of the day, if you learn how to use it, it can be a very effective way to get rid of zombies.
Alright, so this is the upgraded FAL, and the sight inside of it, as you can probably tell, is the all-seeing eye, symbol of the Illuminati, and a symbol of the Easter eggs. I was drawing blanks. The symbol of the Easter eggs on 5 and on Ascension. Also, in the bottom left, you can see double tap will make a return on this map, so double tap is back.
Zombies to get yourself out of trouble, and these are distances that you're covering that are just immense. I mean, being flung across the map.
Of course, there's more to the setting than just the talent. Jimmy was also kind enough to offer a couple of tips for getting the most out of Call of the Dead.
I would give a really vague tip, but it's very, very helpful, and that is just shoot everything. Just shoot everything. And if you do that, and you do that with a lot of different guns, you're going to find some really interesting things happen that maybe you weren't expecting.
Alright, so there, our boy Jimmy is, this guy needs a Twitter, first of all. Second, he's alluding to an Easter egg, so it could be hidden radios, hidden things that are somewhere off the map, off of the playable area that you need to shoot, or maybe you can trigger some kind of a avalanche or something, but yeah, definitely looks like we're going to be shooting everything with upgraded guns and new guns and all that fun stuff. So another Easter egg hint given away in this preview.
Certainly advise when coming up against George that you really kind of watch what he does and you learn about the various ways to interact with him, because there's not just one. There's something for the people who have this instinct to kill him. Go for it. It's going to work out in the end, hopefully, but there's also other ways that you can deal with him that don't necessarily mean wasting your ammo.
Alright, so this is George Romero, who is the replacement for the 5-round enemy, the special enemy. And he seems to be carrying some kind of a film lamp thingy, and he slams it on the ground and it shocks you, kind of like when you go through the electric barriers on Doris or any of the World at War maps, when you go through one of the electric barriers, or I suppose Kino as well. When you go through one of the electric barriers, it shocks you like that, and he hits the ground to try and kill you. Other than that, nothing much about him.
I would just watch him and learn how he operates.
Alright, so this is something really special. As you can see, look, this ice effect, as he gets closer to the Pack-a-Punch, the more times he spends in here, the closer it gets towards the middle. So what I think it is kind of like 5, where you have, I'm going to play it back, when you have limited access to the Pack-a-Punch machine, that's maybe what they're doing here. Watch it. It comes in around him. And so I think that is their way of limiting it. If you stay in there too much, you freeze and get downed or something along those lines. But the way that the ice comes in, I think that's how they limit the time you have in the Pack-a-Punch. So that's a new gameplay mechanic right there.
Are when it comes to influencing the design and evolution of zombies.
We actually watch the forums quite regularly for a lot of our ideas and our inspiration and kind of what they're expecting. We don't always try to give it to them verbatim, but sometimes in a roundabout way or sometimes later than they expect.
We'd like to thank Jimmy for taking the time to guide us through Call.
Alright, so what you just heard there was them talking about how they listen to the forums and listen to the fans, which would be CallOfDutyZombies.com as a major one, and probably the Call of Duty forums. As for other people, I'm not quite sure. And then there's a little clip in here of George Romero getting pissed off, and I want to show that to you and slow it down and talk over it. Alright, so what you saw there is he throws a grenade at George Romero. This seems to be during a regular round 4, but he may only, round 4, I suppose he could come that early. He throws a grenade and he gets pissed off and starts slamming the stuff. So he seemed calm before that, but now he seems pissed off. And the gore is back. The gore is back, and I'm so happy to say that. The beheadings, the arms being blown off, all that beautiful gore is finally back, and I think that's great.
The coolest thing, some of that crazy happened right here.
Alright, so that was beautiful. The whole map, the whole idea, I think it's going to be very cinematic, lots of cutscenes, but I think gameplay will be different as well. As for staying with the storyline, I think it'll be there. I think yeah, because he talks about the German document, so I think that the whole Easter eggs is still going to be there. And apparently there's like a little trailer thing too, so I'm going to see that right now and see if it's good enough to do an analysis on. But I'm going to start rendering this video right now, get it uploaded. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stick around here, subscribe for all the latest zombie news. Danny Trejo and Geller and Rooker, I reported on them 2 months ago. There's a video, you know, go in there and check it out 2 months ago. And now it's come to fruition. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe, like, check out callofdutyzombies.com, and tell them Star Wars Bob sent you. Thanks for watching.